Are we back? Is this working? We're back, right? That's something that really bugs me about this Streamlabs version of Open Broadcaster. It seems to be working fine, but it seems to be just completely unable to handle disconnects. It just completely like drops the ball on any reconnect, and it just completely cannot deal with. Let's see if there's maybe some kind of warning. Let's not have this. Yeah, there's just completely no way. There's just no settings to the reconnecting. At least like some open broadcaster settings at least have like this, okay, wait for 5 seconds and then reconnect, like these kind of settings, but it just seems to have nothing. I'm sorry for this is probably not at all interesting to watch. Well, I'm gonna have to live with this somehow. But thanks for letting me know, guys. I really appreciate this. Good. So later on, we're gonna have to probably have a function that that spawns an order. But for now, I'm just gonna make it very dirty. Run. Number is going to be R&D 4. Floor. And we could even go like something like screen width. Board width is, I think it's right. Board width. It is a very complicated way to do this, but the idea is that basically that so the way I want to do this is that if you get an entire line filled, if you want have an entire line filled, I want, like in Tetris, like to the entire line disappearing. So I want the orders to always be less than entire line. So because it's kind of like an automatic standing order for an entire line. The disappearing 4. So yeah. So I guess we just need the tooth, which bun and how many of the buns. Can I ask you a question about your coding habits? Sure, go ahead, Friedrich. And so now what we want to do is we want to draw the orders. Gosh, I shouldn't have played this Misato theme. Now I'm really, I have a huge earworm. Okay, wait, so did this thing, is this, oh man, it's now started a completely new live stream, right? I hate this. Started a new live stream, ah. At what point do you decide to refactor code or move code into separate scripts? I'm working on a little project, but it's getting rather complex, and I don't have someone for a peer review. I don't know. I'm not a computer scientist. Computer scientist sounds really odd, right? I didn't learn computer science. I just like code by instinct. But yeah, you learn from every project that you do, right? So it's like, you know, the first time you do something and it's like a mess, and then later on you realize, yeah, okay, so next time I'm going to do this again. I'm going to make sure that if I'm going to see certain patterns appear, and that's a good moment to start rewriting things. So for example, the last project I worked on was the chess program, the Pico checkmate, and that at the end I had to do like a lot of token optimization, and that made me also realize a lot of like patterns and habits I had that were very token intense, and so I noticed like now I'm being way more conscious about those things from the get-go. But generally, every time there is a big chunk of code that you write a second time, there should be like warning lights going off in your head where it's like, maybe we don't really need this, or maybe there's a way of doing this efficiently. So a good example for this was just what I did right now, where it's like, okay, I noticed that I quite often want to have a random bun, like a number from 1 to 4. And sometimes I would want to meddle with this number, but then I realize I have like 5 places where I use the same piece of code, so that makes sense to turn it into like a pure function, like here. But I don't think there is like a. I don't think there is there's good answers to that. It kind of depends. Yeah, but the problem that you have describing here is something that I think everybody has with their program. Like, there's never a programmer that's like, oh, this is actually way too simple. I know exactly what it's boring. I know exactly what's happening. I can do it in my mind. It's like almost pointless. everybody's having every code ever was too big, too complicated. That's kind of problem you usually have. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to draw these buns on the screen. I'm not exactly sure. So if we want to copy exactly the look I have on my screen, which I don't really want, but let's assume we want, then I want to draw. Where is this? Do I have a? Oh, right, I cannot. So we're gonna start this. We're gonna start at Y position 95, and we're gonna start drawing just huge squares. So it's like R rect fill, and then position 95, and X position is gonna be 8 plus I times something. That's why we have the mock-up, so we can see how wide they are. $38. So this is the problem with the beginning arrays with 1. You always get to these kinds of positions where it's like oh god damn it. Also, I don't like, that's something I don't like about Pico-8. Now it's too late to change this anymore, but I don't like the way the rect fills work. I don't like how you have to specify 2 coordinates. That's bad. I think it should be coordinate and then width, because you usually know how big you want to have a square. You just want to move around. You move it around. The shape has a certain size, and you just want to move it around. And by having to specify 2 points, the upper left corner and the lower right corner, you have to move around 2 variables, and that's often involves a lot of writing. What I want to say by that is, please fix this zap. It's horrible. I cannot work like this. So let me see how wide my thing is. So in my mockup, my things are 36 pixels wide. And how high? 36 times 23. 36. I think it's 35 now, right? And y plus 22. And then the color is gonna be 15. Oh no, I'm not complaining. It's fine. I'm enjoying the Pico-8 greatly. It's kind of also interesting. And there was this talk at New York in the practice talks. They are really great, and it was really great hearing Zep talking about Pico-8, how it came to be, and you know what it means to him, and what his ideas about this. This was really such a great talk. And a lot of things that he talked about were really ranked true, I feel. Okay, so it's 5 and 3. So now I want to actually draw the... I want to draw the bun. So this is a bit of a problem now, because if you want to draw the bun, then we either go through this entire function here, or we copy this long thing, but that long thing is again like that's a lot of thing to ask for. Or we're gonna create like a fake bun, fake sprite. That might be worth it. Yeah, the lecture one, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Maybe we're gonna create the fake bun. Yeah, how do I call it? Place SPR. No, make buns per. Draw bun, make bar bun spur. The bun is going to be ord.bun. Ord.bun. I'm a bit concerned that it creates so many objects every frame, so I might save it somewhere. And this is going to be x plus, let me see, 5 and 4, right? Something was wrong with x. Yeah, we don't have an x. That's just my fault. Yeah, there we go. So I kind of might move it actually downwards a little bit, just so we. Yeah, I think that makes more sense. Wait, 95 was previously, right? 96. Yep, Misato theme all the way. 23.8 is what I'm looking for. So print 23.8. So it's like x plus 23 and 8. Yeah, I get addicted to melodies very quickly. Kind of bummed out that the Misato theme stuck with me, not the one that my composer composed. Maybe I should listen to it more frequently. So it's going to be x dot num. It's working! It's working! It's working! Oh my gosh, it's working! Okay, so what we want to do next is we want to have a situation where when the buns disappear, only the buns disappear that belong to an order, right? So for example, for this one, we would have this one bun would fly over to the one bun order, right? So we kind of have to kind of realize what kind of selection is currently happening. And currently we're saving but the problem is that currently we're saving the selection in the cell bun array, and like going through the cell bun array every time is, I think, really bad. So we might actually do it, have a certain second what's cell ani? Oh, these are the things that we need for animation of the cursor, right? Right, here's cell buns. So what I'm thinking is maybe doing two, we're gonna call cell bun. I don't like that is cell buns and cell bun, but okay. 0 and or S bun and S num. That's not better. Or maybe ord bun, like for order or ord num. Yeah, let's go with ord bun and ord num. And then we're gonna reduce cell buns. Yeah, this is where we're gonna change these things. So for example, we can already go ord bun equals buns I, right? That's already something we can already have here. So we can save this and simply go for the ord bun. Oops. Here we can also, by the way, put everything into one line. So we're going to add one to it, and then once we reach the end, we're going to remove one from it. It's a bit cumbersome, but might be the easiest way of doing this. Actually, we might actually want to not a repeat until, but while. Let's do a while. I think this might be worthwhile. Okay, while and end. So what we're going to do here is this allows us to save this part. We have to do this. that's better. Okay, so I'm not trusting this, so we're gonna go debug ord bun ord bun ord num ord num. Oh, there's a do. Huh, interesting. There's a slightly bug. So this is yeah, this is 3, this is 1, this is 3, this is 1. This is 4, 1, yes, this is 3, 3, yes, this is 3, 2. This should be 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1. Okay, yeah, this seems... So the debugging is working well. The only problem is now that we don't have... I think we should redo it to the other one. Well, actually... Yeah, now it's working correctly. All right, goodbye, Dipsat. Okay, so now we're fulfilling these guys, and now, so when we're clearing the buns, let's go and go with updates. Clear buns, right? I'm going to put it in an entire new function, check order. Skip 3 days, not sure what I'm looking at. New phone, who this? Oh, yes. Well, a lot of things happened. So light, this is our playing field. As you can see, when we can, oh, actually, we can no longer remove them. Let me bring them back. Is it remove buns? Clear buns. So this is our playing field, and we can press a button, and then the buns disappear that we selected. So we can select them vertically or horizontally. As you can see, all the buns are sliding nice from the top. The animation is just a placeholder right now. We probably will have a bit more bouncy animation, but it's fine. It's fine. We just want to have the gameplay done as soon as we can. And then down there, you see now that's new. Oh, we can have a 0 order. We have to fix this. Down there, you see like an order list, and then what we're trying to program now is that you can only remove the buns that you have orders for. And so how are we going to do this? We are going to loop through all of the orders. And we're going to just make sure that our selection matches in order. If ord dot bun equals ord bun and ord num equals ord num, then and we're clearing the buns. And then we return because we only want to have, and then we also want to replace the order with a new order. This is, I guess, where we're going to add the function that spawns a new order. But alas, we're lazy, so we're not going to do this. Orders there. I'm gonna do this in a second. Don't you worry about that. Right, it should be like 1 plus. So we should not be able to remove this now. We aren't. We should not be able to remove this. This should be okay. Yeah, it should be an I. Sorry. Okay, so again, this is we can remove. This can we remove. Oh, this. Oh, dang! You know that feeling where it's like, oh, suddenly it's a game, guys. Oh, yeah, this is working. Oh no! I see now. I'm stuck. It's already not working. No. Oh, I'm stuck. Yeah, I cannot do anything anymore. Yeah. 3 offs. God damn you, 3 offs. You're too strong. Oh yeah, right. I wanted to have a function that makes sure that orders don't repeat themselves. I think this is very important. And maybe also make so that you don't have orders, multiple orders for the same. So right now we have orders for the cinnamon bun, cinnamon roll, but you know, if you don't have a 2 of cinnamon roll, then you don't have a 3 of cinnamon roll. I mean, that means that you have a problem with cinnamon rolls. So kind of the game screws you there. Yeah, we still have 0 offs. So we're gonna go function new order and then the index of the new order. Then we're gonna go do loop repeat until problem equals false. Let's call this just wrap. So B. Oh, let's go with num. So we're gonna go n equals we're gonna get this monstrosity here, and b equals random bun. Random bun. So now we're gonna loop through this, through all of our order. If j is not equals I, then if orders j is not equals nil, then very many if statements. So ord equals this. If ord is not if ord equals ord dot bun equals b, and ord dot n num equals n, then and then we're going to say, okay, this already exists, this is bad, and we're going to loop until we're going to find one that is until it no longer repeats, right? And if no longer repeats, then we know we have a winning number, and then we can go ord equals yeah, like this. Whatever. Bun equals b, num equals n. I guess we don't need it. We can just go orders I, like this, right? And then random buns is here. New order X. So we could now remove this guy, or we could get any kind of pretzel. I want to keep the pretzel around in case we get stuck. Oh, this is good. So now, see, now we have we have a problem of the 3 of pretzel, right? We need to get the 3 of pretzel somehow done. So I'm thinking maybe removing this, so maybe the pretzel from above slots in. Or we could also remove this, but no, that won't help us, right? So we remove this, and we cross our fingers that we're gonna get something that helps us. Oh man, the 3 of pretzel is difficult to pull off. So will this help us? No. but we can do it, so let's do it. Oh man, now we have like all of the pretzels. Can we remove a pretzel so we get a 3 of pretzel? We could remove these pretzels. And then this pretzel slots in. So, oh wait, how do we... What is the best possible way of doing this? I feel like removing this pretzel or this pretzel would be also good. Let's try this. Okay. Not helping. Yeah, okay, I think we need to make it so that you only have order for that the orders don't repeat. That will also ensure that we can't have the same order again, right? So we don't specify that the number has to be the same. Just make sure that these don't repeat. So we always have an order for wait. Yeah, okay, no, that makes sense. So the 3 orders now are always for different types of pastries. Man, that was difficult to get out of my brain. I'm very focused right now. Okay, so right now I can only get the croissants, and if I remove this, so any kind of croissant, single croissant we can remove, but we need to get a cinnamon bun, which we only have 2 on the screen. So yeah, that's the question. Was the game over state? Probably. Yeah, I don't know. Try and figure it out. I was kind of like hoping to get it into like a playable state so I can do some experiments and see what's happening. Usually a good game over state for these kinds of games where you cannot do any moves anymore, and then it's like, okay, you lost a life or something. But yeah, I'm still not sure here. So the pretzel from above. The pretzel from above. So this pretzel, removing this bun might be worthwhile. Because we're going to get pretzel from the top. Yes, this is a good idea. Then we can remove these pretzels here. Yes, this is a very good idea. And then we can remove these buns, but we also got a 3 of croissant. The 3-offs are really hardcore, man. So remove the buns? Yeah, let's remove the buns. Now we have 2 of buns. We don't have 2 of buns, and 3 of... Yeah, I think we're done, right? Yeah, so right now the game can stall very easily, I noticed. Because you can get like a lot of 3, like right now we have 2 3-off orders and we just cannot fulfill them anyway. So I'm thinking maybe doing now a situation where it's getting more orders on the screen, basically. Getting 4 orders as I had in my prototype. The prototype worked slightly better, I feel. Because if you have 4 orders, then you always have a order for each of the 4 pastries. And that gave you more flexibility. Let's try it again. I'm dead in the water. Yeah, I cannot do anything here. It's funny. What if you can bin buns, but you are being rated for having as few wasted pastry as possible? Yeah, I was thinking about doing something like this, so you can like move away some buns, but then you have to like the 1-off orders, for example. You can always like having a mice, so to speak, and then you can remove one always from the screen. But that's kind of like a resource that you use up, and you have to recharge the resource somehow. But I wanted to have more orders first. I think 4 orders work better than 3 orders. So let's see, here we can do this, and we can do this, and we also need 3 croissants, so this makes more sense. Then we can do the 3 croissants, then... See, now, when it works so well. So removing this bun might make more sense, so we can get a 2 off croissants here. 2 of croissants, now 3 buns. 3 buns is a lot of buns. So these guys. These guys. Oh yeah, perfect. Then 1 off bun, but I want to keep the 1-offs around. So the 1-offs are very valuable, like for a strategically. So I'm thinking maybe just doing 1 or 2 offs and then having hold my bun. How about the orders? How about the orders always from available buns? You mean orders that come in always are dependent on what buns you have on the screen? I think that you could do that, but that would be a bit obvious. So there's always like a solution, you know. But then there's like, what's the game over state, right? You can always just pick the right one and just continue forever. I think there should be some orders that are not possible, so you can like strategically plan for them ahead, right? So it's like right now every order is possible. That's good. So let's get the 2 off order gone. Okay, also, I probably should make it so that so time game over state. I feel like if you have the time as a game over state, that becomes like a basically a, how do you call it, a dexterity game, where it's like select the things as fast as you can. And I want people to plan ahead a little bit. I want to be like, okay, which bun do I remove now, you know? So this won't change anything. That's good. Let's not change. I should have changed something. Okay, so I can remove a croissant. I need a 3 off. Yeah, cannot do it anymore. Okay. It's kind of funny. I can get a 4 off, but I cannot a 3 off. Like this. That's a 4 off. That's not a 3 off. But the orders form always form. So yeah, this is one mechanic that I still don't have in. I wanted to always have it so that that an entire row of pastries always automatically disappears. So which of the buns can I remove so it doesn't hurt me? No more. What is love? But you know, this is now the experiments that we're going to do. So yeah, so now we can do gameplay experiments. So this is good. This is exactly what I wanted. I like it. So what we notice right now, orders profit. So to do gameplay experiments. So first what I noticed is, okay, what if more orders? So what if there's always an order for every pastry? because right now we sometimes have pastries which we don't have any orders for. So it's not even that we don't have the right number of orders. We even don't have any orders. And we might have like thousands of pretzels, but we don't have any orders for the pretzels. And that can be frustrating. So what if more orders? I mean, we could add some kind of like smart orders. So it's kind of like, it's kind of making sure that there's always at least one order on the board that you can fulfill. So if there's like a new order coming in and you don't have any actually orders, like your remaining orders are actually not fulfillable, it always makes, okay, I'm gonna throw him a bone. So there's always just at least one order to go through. But I don't like it because there's no game over statement, I guess, right? So what if bigger boards is also another possibility. What if? And third is what if mice or hold, any kind of hold. I think I like the hold because it feels like more like a how would you call it? Like a solitaire game where it's like, oh, okay, you know, I cannot do it now, so I have to figure out some way of now this comes to the side, you know, and that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's like, see, oh man, when you get like a lot of 3-offs, then it's like, oof, how am I going to pull this off? But technically this would disappear, right? Yeah, this would disappear. Okay, so that's another one that we have to do. Auto raw completion. Flying buns is also very important. Squishy buns. Yeah, these are all. See, these are all gameplay questions that. Maybe I put these to the other game. So these are the important ones. Okay. Make it so that you don't have more than 1 3-off order at any one time. Yeah. So smart orders. Smart RNGs. No more than 1 3x, for example. Yeah. So it's like there's some kind of system behind it, so it's never like screws you over. I mean, sometimes it's fine to have 2 3-offs because there's like 3-off that you can fulfill, and then the second one 3-off that you work towards, right? So it's not like so it's not like really bad to have 2 3-offs. It doesn't necessarily screw you over. It just sometimes screws you over. Sometimes it's just like. Yeah, it's still not fluent enough. The problem with the hold is also I don't know how to make the hold work, like in terms of UI. No, it's a 3-off. It's not a 2-off. It's kind of like an interesting situation to have, where it's like, oh, I can have 3 buns, but I can't have 2 buns. You cannot select 2 buns anyway. And it's kind of was interesting too because it looked like I saw the bun coming, but I got 2 buns, and it's like, no, I want to just have 1. Probably my best choice right now, right? 1 croissant. Okay, this is where we have to watch out. Which croissant? We could get this one, but that gives it just. We want to have the 3 off. See, this is also the fact that you always have just one pastry at any given time is also bad to some extent, because now like the 2 off buns, I cannot have the 2 off buns because I have 3 off buns, and I can't have a 3 off buns until I get a 2 off buns. So you kind of like the 2 off buns slot is kind of like locked away. Can I remove the 1 croissant somehow to get 3 off? I can't, right? Oh, but now I can get a 2 off. Oh, that's good. Still a 3 off there. Doesn't change anything. Oh, 3 pretzels. Seriously? We don't have any pretzels in here. I think we're screwed again. Or this could time out. Yeah, that was another idea. Time out. Oh, but you see, that one might be interesting. Whereas, like, if the order times out, at least you get a different order, right? So maybe, yeah, maybe that would be like something that's kind of like an ability or something where you can like snipe an order or like re-roll the orders. Yeah, that would be interesting. So, but right now I feel re-rolling the orders. So the problem is right now is the game is not fluent by itself. Like it's automatically gets stuck at some point. And so re-rolling the orders will unscrew you, but you will constantly have to re-roll the orders. Like it's not something where you can think yourself out of it. You want the re-roll maybe to be in situations where it's like, you get a really bad, bad combination of things. But if you just get this one more chance, you can get yourself back maybe in a more positive feedback loop, So yeah, 3 chances to bin buns and order timeout. Yeah, maybe. The problem with binning is, okay, so I bin a bun, right? So I guess maybe there's like a button to the left, right? I select the button and then I select the bun I want to bin, and then the button goes to the bin. And then what then? What happens with the bun? Like it's there. What do I do with the bun? Where do I bring it back in at some point? How about diagonal matching? You have a diagonal 3 cinnamon match at the moment. Yeah, I mean, guess that's not binning. That's I guess throwing away buns, right? Yeah. That's. So I call it mice, but it could also bin. Old. I mean, what if bin mice? Diagonal, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not in love with the idea of diagonal matching, but it might solve a lot of problems. You're right. What else does people suggest? Oh yeah. So, but with the order timeout, there's a question of do you want to have like a order timeout where it's like is what I'm asking. Like, do you want to? Is that a good idea to have an order timeout where it actually counts the seconds, or do you want an order timeout where it counts the moves? Because moves might be more interesting than seconds, but moves might not solve the problem that we have, that we get stuck now, right? So with the seconds, you would never get stuck because the orders would time out and you would get a different order, and that would be it. But would we become more hectic? Whereas if you have move timeout, you might still get stuck because the order might be fresh and you just can't do anything. You know, if you cannot do anything, then the fact that the order times out in the next turn doesn't really change the fact that you cannot do anything now. Right. Okay, let's not overdo things. Order time out like in Overcooked. Overcooked has order. Yeah, but Overcooked is an action game. That's kind of like a bit of a different game. Yeah, everything's like very frantic in Overcooked, you know, whereas this is, you know, more or less cerebral kind of game where you kind of like think ahead, like, okay, I'm going to remove this thing, so this falls into here. Right now, for example, I have like 3 choices for the croissants, and I'm thinking, okay, which croissant makes more sense here, you know? Actually, the pretzels make more sense here. So the buns, it's good. It's just needs more and more polishing. It needs some more mechanics to keep it going. But anyways, guys, so I will make a break. I have to go jogging. I have to move my head a little bit. Maybe that will also allow me to think a bit about this. And then I will return in about 2 hours. And then then I'm gonna continue doing a stream for until midnight. So maybe two more hours of streaming. Maybe we can test some of these experiments that we listed here already. Thank you for your tips, guys. They were really helpful. Some of them already were some things I were already thinking about. So I'm kind of assured that I was on the right track. But some of the things like diagonal matching I haven't even considered. So I might have to actually think about this. Make it fun. Well, that's no problem. I'm not even thinking about making it fun. Yeah, sure, of course. Good, guys. See you later, and we will be back probably in about 2 hours. About maybe 1.5, 2 hours. Bye-bye, guys.